1848. Who became the ruler of France? No answer.
National Assembly.
Come on. Who is that? You are searching the book to find out the answer. Come on. Nobody can give answer. It is a? What is it? Louis Philippe in 1830. We have already discussed.
National Assembly, sir.
National Assembly. I will come back. This old one. 1848. Who became the ruler of or the president of France? No chance. It is Louis Napoleon. Do you remember? Something about it at least? No. It is Louis Napoleon. Okay. When was the French Revolution?
1798, sir.
1819. And the French Parliament was renamed as what in 1819? 1789. 1789. It was renamed as National Assembly. Okay. So 1848, there was a revolutionary movement in France under leadership of Louis Napoleon. He became the King of France. In 1814, there was an important event in Germany. What is that?
Frankfurt Parliament.
Frankfurt Parliament. Where was it held?
Frankfurt. Vienna.
Louder. Correct.
St. Paul Church.
St. Paul's Church in Frankfurt. In Frankfurt, St. Paul's Church, the parliament or the members of the third estate gathered together. They were elected by the lawyers, teachers, and the public. They met together at Frankfurt. And what did they decide? What did the parliament decide?
To make a king, sir.
To make
Constitutional republic, sir.
Constitutional king. They wanted to make whom or who as the next king? Prussian emperor.
King, sir.
Yes. So they wanted to offer the crown of Germany to the Prussian king William Kaiser. Why did the king refuse the crown? One word answer. One sentence answer.
He wanted full power, sir.
He wanted
give this power. He don't want to give this power.
That he was a subject to Parliament, sir. National Assembly, sir.
As per the parliament discussions, they decided to offer the crown to the king on the condition that king will be under the control of the parliament. A parliamentary democratic system in Germany. So king has to listen to the parliament. But Prussian king must keep in mind Prussia. Prussia is the present modern Germany. Today election result will come out. Tomorrow election is going on in Germany. Angela Merkel's last days, she has told she will not continue as the Chancellor of Germany. So today, tomorrow, if you read a newspaper, you will come to know the new Chancellor of Germany. Political parties and all those things, you will be able to come to know about Germany. So election is going on. Election is over yesterday. As per the exit poll report, no political party will have majority. So they will have a coalition government. And Angela Merkel has categorically stated that she will not continue as the Chancellor even if her party wins. So that is about Germany. So the previous name of Germany was Prussia. So the King of Prussia, William Kaiser, refused to accept the crown offered by the Frankfurt Parliament, stating that he is not ready to be under the control of the Parliament. Who took up the leadership of unification of Germany?
Bismarck, sir.
Otto
Bismarck.
von Bismarck.
What was his official post when he took up the?
Chief Minister, CM.
He was a
Chief
Chief
Minister,
Minister.
Chief Minister of
Russia.
Russia.
Prussia. What was the name called there? In India, we call it Chief Minister, Prime Minister. What is the name, official name? They call it in German language? Chancellor. He was a Chancellor of Prussia. So, Otto von Bismarck took up the responsibility of unifying German-speaking people under the leadership of William Kaiser. When did the unification process come to an end?
1871, sir.
1871. Where was the crowning of William Kaiser?
Versailles, sir.
Versailles. Versailles is located in which country at present?
France.
Huh? Louder. Louder.
France,
Louder.
sir.
Huh?
France.
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 Yes. Let me see where it is. Room is locked, or someone telling room is locked. I am not locked. Okay. Ah. Yes. It is located in France. The Hall of Mirror. And France was defeated by Prussia. Who was the king of France? We have already discussed during this time. Who was the ruler of France?
Louis Napoleon.
Louis Napoleon.
sir.
Louis Napoleon, or Napoleon III, sometimes we call it. He was a king of France. He was removed after 1871. There was the election, and a new parliamentary system has come up in France. That is not part of our discussion or study. Only we must know Prussian king has got himself crowned from France, the Hall of Mirrors, under leadership of Prussian Chancellor Otto von Bismarck.
Not famous of
Otto von Bismarck. Okay, so that is a point there. Along during this time, there was a unification process of another country. Can anybody name that country? Italy. Italy.
sir.
Yes.
Italy, sir.
Can anybody tell me the chief minister of Italy during the beginning of the unification process?
Count Cavour,
Victor, sir. Victor. Count Cavour.
Count Cavour.
Count Cavour, sir.
It is Count Cavour. See, I am going like this because objective type questions only will be there. To keep in mind, objective type question. Count Cavour was the chancellor or chief minister of Italy during the process of unification of Italy. Can you name the kingdom or the kingdom which took up the leadership in unification of Germany? Can you name? Sardinia. Sardinia, Piedmont. Very good. Very good. Sardinia, Piedmont. Can anybody tell me who was the king of Sardinia, Piedmont during that time? Huh?
Victor Emmanuel, sir.
Victor Emmanuel. Victor Emmanuel was the leader of Sardinia in the year of unification of Italy. So that is Victor Emmanuel. There was a military commander or leader for the unification of Italy. Can anybody name him?
Giuseppe Garibaldi.
Giuseppe Garibaldi.
Sir.
Garibaldi was the military commander or military leader of the unification of Italy. There was an intellectual support, or we call a revolutionary. Can you name that revolutionary?
Mazzini, sir.
Giuseppe Mazzini. Can you name the organization formed by Mazzini for the unification of Italy? Young Italy. And can you name any other organization formed by him?
Young Italy and Young Europe, sir.
Young Europe.
Young European Barons.
Yes. Young Europe was formed. Young Italy was formed. That was done by Mazzini. So the persons who are the unification process of Italy: Victor Emmanuel, the king of Sardinia, Piedmont; Count Cavour, the chancellor or the chief minister of Italy; then Garibaldi and Mazzini. These are the four names that you must keep in mind for the unification of Italy. Okay. So that is the Italian unification. At the end of Italian unification, most of the people thought that Italia as what? What was it?
Wife of Victor Emmanuel.
Yes, many citizens, many people in Italy thought that Italia means the wife of Victor Emmanuel. They were not understanding that Italia or Italy was the language of that area, because many were not speaking Italian language. Many were speaking French, German, and they had their local languages. Okay, so that is a specification and importance of Italy. So Italian unification also came to an end in 1871, same time around German unification or Prussian unification has taken place. Okay, that is, now we will discuss about Napoleon Bonaparte, 1 or 2 points about. Okay. When was Battle of what is that name? Waterloo.
1815, sir.
1815 Battle of Waterloo has taken place. And who were the important teams or important countries who fought against Napoleon in Battle of Waterloo?
Prussia, Austria,
Austria, France and Prussia, sir.
Prussia,
Austria,
Britain. Yes, Russia also supported. So important members were Austria, Prussia, that is present Germany. Prussia was not so much strong, still Prussia was there. England. Most important powers were Austria and England. They were the most important powers during the defeat of Napoleon in 1815. So it was taken place at Waterloo. When did Napoleon die?
1815.
1827, sir.
Utter confusion is there.
1823.
Huh?
1820. 23, sir.
No.
1830.
No. 1813, how did he fight the war? Battle.
1830, sir.
1830, sorry. No.
1815.
1821. 1821, Napoleon died. Where did he die? In which island did he die?
Helena Island, sir.
In an island named Helena. Napoleon died in an island named Helena. When Napoleon came to power, he brought new guidelines for France. What is that guidelines known as?
Code of 1804.
Civil Code of 1804.
1804.
Napoleonic Code or Code of 1804. Okay. So Napoleonic Code or Code of 1804. What did Napoleon do with slavery when he came to power?
Banned it, sir.
He bought it back, sir. Abolished trade rules, sir.
Did
He
he
abolished everything.
abolished slavery? Sorry.
He bought it back, sir.
He brought back slavery into reality again in France. Slavery was abolished by the National Assembly of France before Napoleon took up. He brought back slavery into France and its colonies. That is Napoleon's action. Then, in Napoleonic Code, what was important point of Napoleonic Code?
Sir, he removed all the... But he was established... Abolished, sir, prior to us.
Yes, abolished privileges. Privileges were abolished by Napoleon. Privileges means one of the privilege was somebody who is born in a family will get some appointments or they will have a natural resources. So those kind of privileges. Privileges were traditional, hereditary positions were abolished by Napoleon. So that is the importance of Napoleon. Okay, then
Restrictions were removed.
restrictions were removed by Napoleon. That is another important thing of Napoleon.
Trade barriers were abolished, sir.
Pardon?
Equality before
Equality
before the law.
Equality was established in France and French colonies. That is.
Trade barriers were abolished, sir.
Pardon? Speak louder.
Trade barriers were abolished.
Trade barriers.
Sir, similar measurement.
What is trade barrier means? What is a trade barrier?
was established.
What do you understand by trade barrier?
Sir, while moving between states, sir, everyone used to take taxes of that goods, sir.
Yes.
But now only single tax.
Yes. That is a trade
sir.
barrier. Now, as it is GST in India. Earlier, every state would put a tax on a material that crosses their border in India. Now only GST, only one tax, that is a person who purchased the tax, he has to pay. So whoever is the purchasing person, till that there is no tax for the material, for the movement of the material from one state to another. That is GST. Same way Napoleon has abolished the taxes on every border and standardized the measurement. Means 1 centimeter means what is the length, or 1 feet, what is the length. Exactly, it was told. So anywhere you go, it would be same. Standardize the length, measurement, and the weight were standardized, and trade barriers were removed by Napoleon in his Napoleonic Code. So these are the important in that Napoleonic Code. Then. Yes, any other things? Come on.
Right to property was established, sir.
Private property was established.
Right to property, sir. Right to.
That's a private property. Okay. Every individual can have property. That is the right to property. Okay. Private property. Your property nobody can take without your consent. Now that is not universal.
What is
No? Come on.
manorial dues?
Manorial dues. What is manorial dues? What is that? Manorial dues?
I'm asking.
You're asking. Okay, I'll tell you. See, in our villages, there were Patels or Gaudas. So it was a necessity or responsibility of the villagers who were having their agriculture land give a share of their product to the Gaudas. Like that system existed in Europe. Manor means the big house, the landlord's house. Feudal system was existing in Europe. So every person who has taken the land or the land property around the palace or the landlord was the property of the landlord. So if you are doing agriculture there, if you are not doing agriculture also, you are bound to pay some money to the landlord. That is known as a manorial due, the tax. Okay, the tax to be paid. It may be agriculture product. You are producing coconut, 100 coconuts you are cultivating, you give 10 to the king. That's a tax. Now modern percentage minimum is 10%, for everything. So like that. So that is a manorial to give it to the landlords. You might have seen in your villages, if you ask your grandparents, will tell you that was system. So that system was there in a European society. It is known as a manorial dues. That was abolished by Napoleon. Now, whatever you produce, you can use it. You need not go and give it to the landlord and bend in front of him and touch the land in front of him, tell him he is great. Those things were abolished by Napoleon. Now also, it is there in some of our villages. They have to go, otherwise the landlord, he will come sometimes with the guns. Even in the Shola movies, you can see that gundas will come and collect. That is there. People were off because they were paying because of fear. This is a social. Because some places people give the respect also because landlord treat them in a very, very good way, provide them agriculture for water irrigation facilities, all those things. It can differ from place to place. That is a manorial due. Okay. So manorial dues were abolished, right to property was established, slavery was re-established, then trade barriers were removed. These were some of the changes that were brought by Napoleon. Any other things?
Sir, what is imperialism?
What is
After 1804, sir, Napoleon was defeated by some other country before Waterloo, sir, Battle of Waterloo.
That
I
is
think in 1830.
1812. That is by Russia. He was not defeated.
Yes.
He was not defeated. It was a draw battle. He had to.
Sir.
Yes. No. That is no. Before that, there was a defeat. 1814. He was defeated and he was. He ran to an island named Elba, and he came back. Okay. There was a conference of the at Vienna conference in 1813. Oh, sorry, 1814. At that Vienna conference time, he came back. Then they stopped the conference and they fought him. That is in 1815. That's how he was defeated and sent to an island named Elba. That is why it is a famous statement. Able was I ere I saw Elba. That is in 1814. And again he came back and there is a famous speech by Napoleon. I found the crown of in the ditches of Paris. I took it with my sword and kept it on my head. So when he came back to Paris, king ran away. Then again they met together and they decided to fight against Napoleon. Okay? We'll meet further tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Tomorrow we will discuss about England, imperialism, etc. Okay? Clear?
There was this
Okay, sir. Thank you.
established after Vienna Congress.
Pardon?
The privileges, sir, were they re-established after Vienna Congress?
Yes.
Which were
Yes.
abolished by
Everything. They
Napoleon.
established, went back to the European society before 1789. As it was existing before the French Revolution. Went back to that society. That is why conservatives re-established everything that existed prior to 1789. That was the main activity of Vienna Conference.
Bourbon dynasty, sir.
Yes, everything. People had their privilege, rich landlords, everything were given back. That is why people were not ready to accept. But sometimes they agreed because they were fed up with the battles, conflicts and so on. Then later again they came out. Louis Philippe and all those things. Okay? Further
But
we
we
will
did not study, I think, Greek independence.
Pardon? Pardon?
Greek unification, sir. Greek unification.
We have to discuss Greek unification, cultural discussions are there, then imperialism is there, England is
Yes,
there,
yes.
then little more introduction part is there. Okay, we'll discuss all those things tomorrow.
Visualizing the nation, sir.
Tomorrow we'll discuss. Okay, 3 days are there before the exams. Okay. Bye. See you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.